open up my heart and feel God's love. I breathe and turn within. I breathe and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's presence. I breathe and turn within. I breathe and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's love. If you're feeling this with me this morning, I'd like you to just invite you right where you are. Just sing along with me. If you want to close your eyes and use this as an invocation of prayer, and just bring yourself into that meditative space, that receptive place where that divine wisdom is heard and perceived, activated, and realized. Sing with me. I breathe and turn within. I breathe and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's presence. I breathe and turn within. I breathe and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's love. I pray and turn within. I pray and turn within. I pray and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's presence. I pray and turn within. I pray and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's love. Sing that with me again. We pray. I pray and turn within. I pray and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's presence. I pray and turn within. I pray and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's love. I sing and turn within. I sing and turn within. I sing and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's presence. I sing and turn within. I sing and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's love. One more time, let's sing. I sing and turn within. Oh yes, I sing. I open up my heart and feel God's presence. Oh, I sing and turn within. I sing and turn within. I open up my heart and feel God's love. I open up. I open up my heart and feel God's love. Last time. I open up my heart and feel God's love.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you. Wow. What a way to start off the morning. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Tacoma. My name is Reverend Lori Irwin Johnson, and I am your spiritual leader for today. I use the pronouns she and her. If this is your first time watching, I'd like to welcome you. And if you have been here before, several times, welcome back. We're happy to see you. You're always welcome here at Unity of Tacoma. If there is ever a time during the week where you need us, please go to our website at unityoftacoma.org, and you will find meditations and prayers and past messages to hopefully give you inspiration. And if ever there's a time where you need a prayer, we have a prayer request form on our website. So please fill it out. Let me know that you need help, and I will reach out to you. That's how we roll here at Unity of Tacoma. So please reach out to us at unityoftacoma.org at any time. I'd like to introduce our musical guest. You heard Christy Ness. She does a wonderful, wonderful job. I love working with her. Been working with her for several years. She always brings her A game, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. It's always a joy. All right. Today is our fourth Sunday of Advent. Advent. Where am I? We were talking about Christmas earlier, and my brain is already on Christmas. This is our fourth Sunday at Faith in Action. And if you are new to Faith in Action, we are covering a book over a 7-week period by Thich Nhat Hanh. It's called Silence, the Power of Quiet in a World Full of Noise. And you can see behind me, we have this wonderful affirmation pond. And every week we have a different color. So the first week was white, so Victoria made this wonderful thing. We had green, this lily here, this is Linda. And then we had Danielle who did red. And then this week we have Karen. Karen did this wonderful blue, just a beautiful lotus that has a bunch of embellishments, and I just love it. And all of these little tiny little lilies here have affirmations on it, and every week we have a new affirmation. Started off with white ones, and now we have green ones, and then last week we had some red ones, and then next week you'll see the blue ones that we'll be putting on today. If you are interested in having your name put on the affirmation pond, please let me know. You can reach out to me at lori@unityofTacoma.org, and I can put your name on there, and your name can be added to the affirmation pond. If you're following along in the book and or you're part of a study group this week, we are focusing on chapter number 4, and it is titled Deep Listening. A little later through the announcements, I can let you know when we have study groups available. It is not too late for you to join a study group. Again, I'll let you know how to contact me again, giving you my email during the announcements after the message. So please stick with us until the end so you can know how to join a group with us, a study group during the week. So now it's time to start off our message. We start off our message with a prayer. And because today is about listening, about hearing, I found a wonderful prayer from the Daily Word, and I would like to share that with you. In the stillness of prayer, I listen. Let us pray. In silent communion with God, I listen. I listen and I hear a message of wisdom and comfort that directs me and helps me without hesitation through every challenge. As I listen with my heart and soul, I hear the true message that God has for me, a message of unqualified love and eternal hope, a message of everlasting joy and peace. I listen, I hear, and I am receptive to what God is telling me. I listen to God, and God also listens to me. God understands me and is so completely aware of my needs that I do not worry about using the right words or about how I sound. I just know that God knows and accepts me as I am. In this holy communion, I place my life, my total being in God's care, and I know without a doubt that only order and untold blessings will be the result. And so it is. Amen. A wonderful song for us, and then we'll come back.
So many places, I guess it must be so, but still I cannot see if the savage one is me. How can there be so much that you don't know? You don't know. You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue-corn moon, or asked the grinning bobcat why he grins? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you. And for once, never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends. And we are all connected to each other in a hoop, in a circle that never ends. How high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. For whether we are white or copper skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. Need to paint with all the colors of the wind. We can own the earth and still hold on is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
Thank you. Beautiful. Colors. So our color today, we have each week during Faith in Action, we have a color and a symbol and an affirmation. And it represents our theme for the week and the chapter that we're studying within the book. And our color this week is blue. And you can see that I have blue and Christine S. has blue. And for my staff, we all are wearing blue today. And this morning on the Zoom, everybody coming in for our fellowship this morning, they came in wearing blue as well. So everybody is in the blue frame of mind today. And so I really appreciate everyone being on board with that. And today's symbol is the bell. And the sound of the bell calls to mind the empty nature of all things. In the Buddhist tradition, nothing can exist independently. All phenomena within everything is connected. By being profoundly aware of the empty nature of all things, we become free from attachment to it, to the aversion that we might have to certain things. We become separate from that. And we're liberated from this painful cycle of birth and death, which they call samsara. The bell is also, of course, a musical instrument, and it's used in Buddhist tradition with the drum and other ways of offerings to the Buddha and the other gods within their tradition. So the bell is very, very important, and we'll be using it a little bit today during meditation. Our affirmation today, like I said, we have affirmations for each week on the wall. Today's affirmation is, I listen from the mind of silence. Every bird song and every whispering of the pine branches in the wind speaks for me. I am the hearer of truth. I will read it again. I listen from the mind of silence. Every bird song and every whispering of the pine branches in the wind speaks to me. I am the hearer of truth. So our chapter this week is deep listening. And I want to talk a little bit about how listening has affected me, especially this week. So something happened in my life, and in a lot of people's lives. It's not just me. It's not like it happened to me. It happened to everyone on the planet. But something happened to me. Adele's new song hit the streaming platforms last week. And, well, the beginning of this week. I was so excited. I was so looking forward to it. And they have the best promotional and marketing team, I swear. So a couple weeks before her song, which is called Be Easy on Me, or Easy on Me is the name of the song. And they sent out this little teaser on YouTube. And it was just a little picture of Adele, and she had just a couple of notes on the piano, and her getting into a car, and it was like, what's happening? I was getting really super excited about Adele. I'm a big fan. So, and then they had this date on the bottom that said October 15th. I'm like, something's going to happen on October 15th. So I was really excited. So there was this little tiny bit of a piano and a little bit of music, and I was like, she's going to drop a new song. So on the 15th, I put it in my phone, and I was going to have the alarm go off on the morning of the 15th of October. Well, on October 14th, I get up, I check my Facebook, and what do I see? Adele's song had already dropped a day early. It's like Christmas. And so here I was on the streaming platform, on Spotify and on YouTube, and here I am listening to Adele's wonderful new song. And starting that day, including today, I have played that song at least one time. And it's been a little over a week, so I've probably listened to it for 10 times, 11 times with today. And I know that I have come to a point in my experience with that song that I know most of the words now, and I can sing. And it now plays in my head like a little earworm. So that's how I become aware, and that's how I learn about new things, is I have to hear it. It has to become something that loops in my head. And I told my husband that day it came out, I said, you're going to be hearing this every single day until I learn it. And he goes, yeah, I know. And so we listen to it every day. But sound is my thing. Learning things through sound is really, really important to me. Years ago when I was an undergraduate, I was in a psychology class, and I had to take a lot of psychology tests. Things to, the Myers-Briggs and things like that, to make sure that I know what I'm talking about and that I'm not a little bit out of sync with things. And so they always test you to make sure your test was from psychologist Howard Gardner, and they were checking to see what my learning style was. And Howard Gardner had identified 8 different learning styles. And so there are different learning styles that he had identified was linguistic intelligence, people who are really good with words. So that would be a lawyer or somebody who uses words in their profession. The second one is logical or mathematic intelligence. That would be an accountant or a bookkeeper or a scientist or maybe a computer analyst. The next one is spatial intelligence, which is the ability to see things in pictures and be able to extrapolate things from that in that way. And that could be an architect or a graphic artist or an interior decorator or a photographer. Bodily or kinesthetic intelligence is the next one. That would be somebody who is very good about where their body is in space and time. So somebody that uses their body well, a dancer, an athlete, a surgeon who can do things very meticulously with their bodies.